Greetings. Welcome to EDTV News Channel, the People's Channel. In this report, we have a few stories for talk about, including an update. Stay tuned for the full reports. Blessings to all subscribers and viewers. If you're here for the first time, you can support the channel by like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. So we'll start off in the parish of St. Catherine, Spanish Town, the old capital. Brian King, otherwise called Bryco, leader of the Klansman gang, was cut down in a police confrontation in KITSON in St. Catherine. So we'll get into the latest report. Police sources have identified the man fatally shot during a confrontation with the police in KITSON, St. Catherine on Saturday as Brian King, otherwise called Bryco. King was reportedly the section leader of the KITSON-based Klansman gang, which operates across KITSON and the top banks area of Spanish Town, the old capital. Law enforcement sources describe King as the key figure in organized criminal activities, including contract dropouts, extortion, and armed robberies. According to sources, King rose to prominence in the criminal underworld after the dropout of Sheldon Termite Walters in 2024, assuming leadership of the top bank's faction of the Klansman gang. He was also listed as a person of interest by detectives assigned to the St. Catherine North Police Division in connection with a case of shooting with intent against the police. Intelligence reports have also linked him to several dropouts and violent crimes in the division, including the October 2024 fatal shooting of Rashawn Dallas at Naisbury Grove in KITSON Town on October 31st, 2024. King was also the main suspect in the dropout of Kevin Simmet at Naisbury Grove in KITSON Town on July 4th, 2024, and the October 2023 dropout of Theo Powell, also of Naisbury Grove in St. Catherine. Police sources say King maintained a network of gunmen who carried out attacks and extortion operations on his behalf, mainly targeting business operators and rival gangs in the area. His dropout, the source say, represent a major blow to organized crime networks operating in the and around Spanish Town, particularly those aligned to the Klansman gang. King was fatally shot during a confrontation with a police team in KITSON about 1 p.m. on Saturday. An illegal firearm was reportedly taken from him. Job well done by the security forces. Now, people, we have an update, and this one called You Can Run, but You Can't Hide. Father held after body of 13-year-old daughter found at Clarendon home. So we are getting to the report. The father of 13-year-old Shantina Sargent, whose burnt and partially decomposed body was found behind her home in Baileystown, Northern Clarendon on Monday evening, is now in police custody. The Old Harbour Police in St. Catherine confirmed that 46-year-old Lawrence Marcus Sargent was captured in the area late Friday following a manhunt that began after the shocking discovery. Shantina, who attended the Excelsior High before moving to Christiana High School in Manchester, was reportedly missing by her father on October 3rd. Her remains were found 3 days later among burnt debris behind the house they shared. Reports indicate that police were called to the area after residents noticed a foul smell and flies near the premises. The body was found with burnt marks and in an advanced state of decomposition. Residents of the quiet farming community were left horrified. What a wicked act, said farmer Cleveland Messam, describing the tragedy as one that has shaken everybody to the core. Shantina's stepmother, Juliet Eunice, said she was devastated by the discovery. She revealed that she left an abusive relationship with Lawrence a year ago, but kept in touch because of their young son. She said Shantina had recently expressed fear of her father telling a friend she was afraid to go home. She said Shantina started living with her father this year. According to Superintendent Kerry Duncan, head of the Manchester Police Division, investigators are exploring all leads, including unconfirmed reports that the teen may have been held down and taken and abused. We don't have anything of evidential value to support that, but the father is in a position to help us move the investigation forward, he said. What a dangerous daddy. Now, people, we'll move on. This time, we'll talk about a horrific car crash that left 2 people drop out. 2 drop out following multi-vehicle crash in Manchester. A man and a woman are now deceased following a multi-vehicle collision along the Winston Jones Highway in Manchester on Friday. They have now been identified as Everroy Dixon, a resident of Content, and a 35-year-old Ajmer Simit, a resident of Artis, both in Manchester. The crash occurred around 9:30 p.m. in the vicinity of Russell Place, Meadows. Reports indicate that a trailer was parked along the left lane or shoulder of the roadway as motorists traveled west. A Toyota Wish motor car, which was heading in that direction, was attempting to pass the trailer when the left front section of the car collided with the right rear of the trailer. The impact caused the Toyota Wish to spin sideways into the path of a police service vehicle that was traveling downhill in the opposite direction. The front of the police truck then crashed into the right section of the motor car. As a result of the collision, the police service vehicle became defective and veered to the right of the roadway, where it collided head-on with a Nissan Tiida that was heading west. Both occupants of the Tiida sustained serious injuries and were later pronounced you-know-what at Mandeville Regional Hospital. The drivers of the Toyota Wish and the police service vehicle, who were the only occupants, sustained non-life-threatening injuries and were treated at hospital. Very sad story, people. Condolences goes out to the family. Now, people, we'll move on. Last but not least, teen dropout. Younger brother in custody following stabbing incident in St. Elizabeth. An 18-year-old was taken out following a domestic dispute reportedly involving his 14-year-old brother at their family home in Comerpen, St. Elizabeth on Friday night. Police have identified the victim as Ryan Thompson, otherwise called Shatta, a farmer and resident of Comerpen in St. Elizabeth. A police report said at about 10 p.m., Thompson and his younger brother had an argument which escalated into a fight. Police said a relative sought to quell the fight. Thompson reportedly left the house and later returned and stabbed the older brother into his chest. He was taken to the Mandeville Regional Hospital where he was pronounced you-know-what on arrival. The 14-year-old has now been taken into custody. Now, people, news out on the street is that they were fighting over clothes. Very, very sad story. Tell me in the comment section what you think. One aim, one God, one destiny. Walk good, talk good, live good. Blessings.